It's a 10-minute call for our first on course, 10 minutes. Five minutes for our first on course. Yeah, $32,000 three-star meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. and Nest Seekers International. And today's CSI3 Star Meter 45 Speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed, a South Florida-based real estate advisor with Nest Seekers International, specializing in luxury property sales, construction advisory, and property management throughout Palm Beach County. With background in law, she brings a strong contract expertise and skilled negotiation to every transaction, giving her clients a clear advantage. Her lifelong equestrian experience and deep local knowledge uniquely position her within Wellington's world-renowned equestrian community. Combined with her global network, Stephanie connects clients to premier opportunities across South Florida and beyond. $32,000 in prize money for today's three-star meter 45 speed. We'll see 44 and today's one-round competition against the clock. The course with a 12 number defenses, total of 14 jumping efforts, a time allowed of 78 seconds. USA's Chloe Reed, our first to go, showing for Live Oak Plantation. Chloe aboard a Super Lady Killer. An 8-year-old designers out of Gelding by London. Our first to 44 combinations for the three-star meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. Underway with the clear round from Chloe Reed and Super Lady Killer 69.70. Second, of course, Israel's Ashley Bond and Ashley Bond show jumping entry. Nightwish, a 9-year-old Hanoverian Gelding. $62.18, final time on the clock. It's a clear round for Ashley Bond, and Ashley Bond show jumpings at Nightwish. Carly Anthony, the next to challenge the U.S. rider, showing for Elon Furter, and today's Stephanie Schwed speed with Mullentine Shalom. 64-12, home on a score 4 for Carly Anthony with Elon Furter's Mulantan Shalom. Ashley Bond, early leader with a Night Wish on a time of 62-18. Turkish rider Selçuk Oksalan next for the Layla Stables with Flying Echo. Clear round for Selçuk Oksalan and Flying Echo on a time of 72-21. Early leading time is 62-18. Belgian rider Peter de Brabander to join us next for the Stephanie Schwed Speed with the 13-year-old Irish sport horse gelding Dothraki Warlord, owned by Martin Huggins. (67-19), it's clear, and into fifth for Belgium's Peter de Brabander with the Martin Huggins owned Dothraki Warlord. Competing next, Tanner Karotkin with Tom Minica's limited entry Cardozo 4. Ashley Bond leading early with the Night Wish on a time of 62-18. The time 71:22 with 4 faults at fence number 3 for Tanner Karatkin and Cardozo 4, owned by Top Minicus Limited. Canada's Chris Pratt partnered with the 12-year-old Dutch-bred gelding Ideal Yes, owned by Take the High Road, LLC. Target still at 62.18, set by Ashley Bond and Nightwish. Clear round will go into second place for Chris Pratt with the Take the High Road Ideal Yes, the time 66:43. Welcoming on course, Lebanon Jadana with the 10-year-old gelding Diamant by Diarado, owned by Burr Associates Incorporated. 62.18 is still the time to catch. Ashley Bond leading with Nightwish. Knockdowns at B at the Bainbridge combination, number 12 down as well for a score of 8 for Jadana and the Burr Associates entry Diamant. Brittany Raflowitz next for Israel. They're out aboard the 9-year-old Holsteiner stallion Commander Bond, owned by ESI Show Jumpers. Yeah, a total of 8 with the knockdowns coming at 9. And Tim B for Brittany Raflowitz and ESI show jumpers Commander Bond. Time 67:29, a score of 8. 10th combination on course is Great Britain's Samuel Hutton with the Call Me Baby Boy Sunbeam. The 9-year-old Belgian sporter is gelding on by AS Farms at USA. Knockdowns at 2 and 9, 5 on the clock as well for Samuel Hutton with Call Me Baby Boy Sunbeam. Total of 13, time 82:06. Next, we'll watch the round for Colombia's Roberto Tirana and his own DSP Callis, the 13-year-old Brandenburg mare. Leading time still at 62:18, coming from Ashley Bond and Nightwish. (64-16) with the score of 4 for Roberto Tirana and DSP Callis. Ashley Bond, Chris Pratt, Peter de Brabandera top the 3 currently. Time to beat at 62:18 as the USA's Allison Robitaille joins us with her own Porto Cristo B. Clear round 67 at 65 for Allison Robitaille with Puerto Cristo B. Goes into fourth place set for the Stephanie Schwed meter 45 speed. That'll take us to Jordanian Ibrahim Barazi with the 10-year-old French-bred gelding of Fabio Male by Diamant de Semilly, owned by IB Stable, Leesburg, Virginia. Jumping 28 for a time, total of 36 for Ibrahim Barazi and IB Stables Fabio Male. Irishman Daniel Cairns next. The ride for Gotham Enterprises with the 12-year-old Hanoverian gelding Malou Bleu PS. $65 at 30. That's clear. Goes into second for Daniel Cairns and the Gotham Enterprises Malou Bleu PS. Ashley Bond still leads with Night Wish. 62.18 is still the target time. Daniel Cairns going into second with Malu Blue PS. Chris Pratt, Ideali Yes in third. Our 15th to show, U.S. rider Bliss here for the Bridgeside Farms with the 8-year-old design Gazette mare Athena Z. Clear round 76.85 at the time for Bliss here. Is in the Bridgeside Farms Athena Z. Ashley Bond, Daniel Cairns, Chris Pratt are top three currently for the Stephanie Schwed ×1.45 speed. Turkey Soldier Coxalon with a second mount for today's $32,000 competition. Another entry owned by Layla Stables, 9-year-old French bred mare Gotham du Muro. Just a 4 fault to 73.54 for Soldier Coxalon and Gotham du Muro. Rose number 1 up next, Kent Farrington with the 13-year-old mare Orafina, owned by Kent Farrington LLC. Ashley Bond still the leader with a Night Wish. The time to beat is 62.18. Just the four faults coming at the knockdown at A of the Bainbridge combination for Kent Farrington with Orafina, time 65.90. Ashley Bond still leads. Daniel Cairns in second. Chris Pratt in third. We'll see another 5 before the midway break in the Stephanie Schwed meter 45 at speed. This is Sweden's Daniel Zetterman with Carlsberg DFZ, owned by DF Zetterman, LLC. .76.75 at the time, a score of 8 for Daniel Zetterman with Carlsberg DFZ. Yeah, competing for Evergate Stables, this is Ireland's Philip McGuane with the whole center gelding Coronado by San Patriano Cassini. First to 4 before the midway break, 62.18. Still the time to beat, set by Israel's Ashley Bond with Nightwish. Single knockdown for a score of 4 for Ireland to Philip McGuane with the Coronado, time 68.20. Dana Scales receiving the tone. The U.S. rider aboard an 11-year-old Belgian bred mare Ombre Dema on by Buttonwood Show Jumpers. Yeah, 3 knockdowns. It's a score of 12 for Dana Scales and Ombre Dem on a time of 70.45. Ashley Bond, our second rider on course, still holds the lead at 62.18 with a Night Wish. Ireland's Daniel Cairns forgot the Enterprises in second with Malou Bleu PS, and the Canadian Chris Pratt would take the High Roads Ideal ES in third. Ireland's David Blake now, first of two before the midway break, aboard an entry owned by Peace Stables. 12-year-old Gelding Fayuri, Ireland's David Blake. Time to beat 62.18. $65.54, penalty free for David Blake riding for Peace Stables with Fayuri. Goes into third place for the 3-star meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. Ashley Bond still leading on that time of 62.18. Ireland's Daniel Cairns, Malou Bleu PS in second. And our final before the midway break, this is Brazil's Celso Ariani, aboard a 10-year-old French bred Gelding Facundo de la Nutria, owned by San Marino Stables. $70.96. The clear round will go into eighth for Brazil's Celso Ariani with Facundo de la Nutria, owned by San Marino Stables. We've seen 22 of the 44 expected. Ashley Bond leading with a Night Wish on a time of 62.18. Ireland's Daniel Cairns in second with My Blue PS. Irishman David Blake in third with Fury. Canadian Chris Pratt, Ideal ES in fourth. Belgium's Peter de Brabander in fifth with Dothraki Warlord. Today's $32,000 meter 45 at 3-star speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed, a South Florida-based real estate advisor with Nest Seekers International, specializing in luxury property sales, construction advisory, and property management throughout Palm Beach County. With a background in law, she brings strong contract expertise and skilled negotiation to every transaction, giving her clients a clear advantage. Her lifelong equestrian experience and deep local knowledge uniquely position her within Wellington's world-renowned equestrian community. Combined with her global network, Stephanie connects clients to premier opportunities across South Florida and beyond. We'll take about 10 minutes here for the touch-up drag. We'll be back underway with another 22 to go for today's $32,000 meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed.
Bainbridge is a fully integrated multifamily real estate company who have developed and acquired more than 43,000 units, representing $8.1 billion in transactions since inception. With over 650 associates nationally, Bainbridge engages in virtually every step of the real estate process, from development and construction, acquisition and disposition, asset management, and third-party management of multifamily real estate. Bainbridge is an award-winning, nationally ranked developer, owner, and builder of luxury multifamily communities across the eastern U.S. and Southeast. Our team of experienced and knowledgeable professionals is devoted to creating exceptional living experiences for all of our residents and building lasting and mutually beneficial relationships with our partners and clients. Bainbridge is headquartered in Wellington, Florida, with offices and apartment communities in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Maryland, Texas, and Virginia. To learn more, visit www.bainbridgecompanies.com.
My first goal when I decided to be a professional, it's to become like the best horsewoman I can be. It's really important for me to find the balance with my family, with the horses, that is my passion. Work with the horses every day to do what I love. I used to have like one passion was the horses, and now I have two with my daughter. So I really want to have this balance in my life. I'm Marie Ecart, I'm a professional show jumper representing France, and I'm Lola's mom. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain.
Veterinary Products is dedicated to continuing improvement in the equine industry by developing our niche products for joints, reproduction, and surgical suite. Dekra's pipeline products include Osphos and Equidome Gel. Dekra also makes strategic acquisitions with products such as Zycosyn, Orthokine IRAP, Provit APC, Rompin, Torfidine, Sucromate Equine, and Isoflurane. Dekra will continue to make exciting advancements in the equine industry.
At Deaver Golf Cars, we bring excitement to your golf car experience. We have an extensive range of new and refurbished inventory, and our team will fulfill all your sales, service, and rental needs. Whether you're teeing it up on the course, cruising through the neighborhood, or at the campground with family and friends, we have options to fit each and every lifestyle. Experience the Deaver difference, built on a tradition of excellence and service since 1978.
When the stallion comes along, you must ship it. The trip is near and long, you must ship it. When something's going wrong, you must ship it. No, ship it. Interstate, international. Let's get it straight. Ship it good. It's not too late. Just ship it. Any day. Just ship it. Ship your horse today.
Elite Horse Transport. Just ship it.
Equine Tack and Nutritionals is your one-stop shop for all of your stable and veterinary needs. As the official horse healthcare supplier of the Winter Equestrian Festival, we invite you to stop by and take advantage of our extensive inventory, discount prices, and unparalleled customer service. You can also shop on our website, www.equinetan.com, or stop by our store in Coconut Creek, Florida. You can also be reached at 1-800-833-TAC.
Having been a rider and showing on the East Coast in the Hunter Jumper Worlds on the A circuit, coupled with my experience as an insurance professional with 30 years in the industry, I'm the lucky one that gets to marry my career with my passion. And at Flagler, I get the resources that I really need to do my job as best as possible. I'm Missy Sullivan, the director of the Equine Division at Flagler Insurance, and I look forward to helping all of you with your insurance needs.
I believe in goals. I believe in dreams. I believe in passion. Your success doesn't depend on a calendar. Your success depends on the passion that's burning inside of you each and every single day. You should not need a calendar to switch to another number for you to get motivated. If you're waiting for that to better yourself, if you're waiting for that to inspire, to be passionate, to grow, then you are setting yourself up for absolute failure.
Located in the heart of Wellington, Gold Coast Feed is your one-stop shop for all your equine needs. From top-tier feed brands to the finest quality hay and bedding, We've got everything to keep your horse thriving. Our friendly staff is always on hand to offer assistance, ensuring your horse receives the care it deserves. Need a larger delivery? We'll bring it right to your farm, unloaded and ready. It's simple, convenient service you can count on. Short on time? Order online at goldcoastfeed.com and get your essentials delivered to your doorstep or farm today. Gold Coast Feed, where your horse's well-being is our priority. Visit us at goldcoastfeed.com and experience the difference.
Back underway with today's 3-star meter 45 speed, is sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. We've seen 22, another 21 to go here on the backside of the break. Ashley Bond leading with Nightwish at a time of 62.18. Daniel Cairns and Malu Blue PS in second. David Blake in third with Fayuri. USA's Michael Hughes, our first to show after the midway break. And the ride for Jose Maria Loco with the 12-year-old gelding Dom Perignon is the first of her 21 still to go. Coming out of the break, time to beat is at 62.18. Yeah, clear for Michael Hughes, Dom Perignon, 72.94 the time. The U.S. rider goes into 10th for the meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. David O'Brien competing next with the 13-year-old Oldenburg Stallion El Balu Old, an entry from the Leap Year Farm. 62-62. Very close for the Irish in there to go into second place on the penalty-free effort with the Leap Year Farms El Balu Old for David O'Brien. Ashley Bond is still the leader at 62-18 with a Night Wish. David O'Brien into second with El Balu Old. Daniel Cairns in third with Malu Bleu PS. That'll take us to Canadian Gavin Moylan with a Gavin Moylan Stables entry. This is Memphis, 8-year-old Dutchman gelding by Glenn Fittich video. Time 68-25, knockdown at fence number 9 for Canada's Gavin Moylan with Memphis for fault, 68-25 the time. Blythe Caroli on course next for the meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed with an entry owned by Olivia Venezio. 14-year-old Tigers at a gelding Teoduk TNLZ by Toulon for the U.S. rider. Time to beat us at 62-18 set by Ashley Bond with Night Wish. Clear round 68-86 for Blythe Caroli with the Teoduk TNLZ. That'll go into 8th place for Blythe and the Olivia Venezio entry. Ashley Bond, David O'Brien, Daniel Cairns, our top 3 riders so far in our meter 45 speed, is sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. We welcome the USA's Chloe Reed back on course. An entry from Live Oak Plantation, Chelsea 179, 10-year-old mare by Cador 5. 64-48 clear, and it'll go into third for Chloe Reed on her second mount, the 10-year-old mare, Chelsea 179, owned by Live Oak Plantation. Ashley Bond still leads with Nightwish, David O'Brien, El Balu Old in second. Chloe Reed, Chelsea 179, taking over third in the standings. Board an entry from the Chadwood Farms. This is the USA's Nicolette Hurt and the 10-year-old gelding Dalton Vandelinda Huvezi. Nicolette Hurt retires with Dalton Vandelinda Huvezi. Another 15 to go. Ashley Bond still on top with Nightwish with a time of 62.18. It'll be the USA's Raleigh Hyler to compete next for the meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed, with entry owned by Team Philipparts and Family Lens, the 11-year-old mare Claire Chazy by Kanan. Knockdowns at 1 and at 12, a score of 8 for Riley Hyler and Claire Chazy, time 68-32. Still with that 62.18 target time from Ashley Bond and Nightwish as Alexandra Worthington receives the tone. The U.S. rider next to tour the course and aboard an entry on by Turn a Blind Eye LLC, Las Vegas, Nevada. The 9-year-old Lycia Gelding, Masai LS. Score the knockdown at number 3. It's a score of 4 for Alexander Worthington with a Masai LS 76-79 at the time. Through 30 of the 43 expected, Ashley Bond leads with Nightwish. David O'Brien is second with El Balu Old, Chloe Reed and Chelsea 179 in third. Peter Lutz aboard the 8-year-old Dutch-bred gelding Messi X by Carrera VDL, an entry from the Libertas Farm, New Canaan, Connecticut. Just a knockdown at 6, the time 67-77 for Peter Lutz and Messi X. Second mount for U.S. Rider Bliss here. Again, it's for the Bridgeside Farms in Vegas. This time partnered with the 14-year-old Dutch-bred mare Goodbye by Eldorado Vendas Ishuk. 62-18, still the time to beat. Ashley Bond leads with Nightwish. (68-22) the time with the 4 faults for Bliss Here's and the Bridgeside Farms. Goodbye. USA's Kristen Vanderveen competing next with the 10-year-old Dutch-bred gelding Bull Run's Kingdom by Dutch Design, an entry from Bull Run Jumpers Incorporated. 62-18, still the time to beat. Ashley Bond still leads with Nightwish. Kirsten Vanderveen retires with a Bull Run's Kingdom. Ashley Bond, David O'Brien, Chloe Reed are top three. Daniel Cairns in fourth, David Blake in fifth. Another 10 to go for the meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. Ecuadorian competitor up next, Diego Vivero for Rocco Stables with the 11-year-old Swedish-bred mare, Dagny by Durant. For faults, 65 at 40. The time with the knockdown coming at 10A for Diego Vivero and My Girl. Alison Robitaille next with the Dagny. Alison Robitaille, owner and rider of the 11-year-old Swedish-bred mare by Durant, our first of 9, still on the list. Target still at 62.18 from Ashley Bond and Nightwish. .68.27 and finishing on a score of 4 for Alison Robitaille and her own Dagny. Irishman and a 9-year-old Irish sport horse stallion. And this is Andrew Bourne's, and the Andrew Bourne sport horse has entry MCS Leicester. Goes into our top five there for the Irishman Andrew Bournes with MCS Leicester on a time of 65.38 and to clear with the Andrew Bournes Sport Horses entry. Ashley Bond, David O'Brien, Chloe Reed, our top three. Daniel Cairns and Andrew Bournes rounding out the top five. First of seven, this is Israel's Alberto Mechon with the ride for Kayla Savard. Partnered with the 11-year-old Dutchman Gelding Jack by Big Star Jr. Lowering the heights at three fences. It's a score of 12 for Israel's Alberto Mechon and Jack, time 68.60. Back with his second mount, this is Lebanon's Jad Dana. 9-year-old Dutchman Gelding Leonidas for the Lebanese rider, an entry signed by Canaan, owned by Burr Associates Incorporated. Leading time still is 62.18, set by Israel's Ashley Bond and Nightwish. Just the knockdown in number 3. Score of 4 for Jadana and Leonidas on a time of 75.96. Great Britain Samuel Hutton back with us. This is Ambassador Z, 11-year-old gelding by Agani do Senor, owned by AS Farms USA. The first of our 5 remaining. Time to beat still 62-18. Four faults at A of the Bainbridge combination, 64-15. The time for Great Britain Samuel Hutton and Ambassador Z. Down to our final 4, we welcome back Irishman Philip McGuane with a ride for Evergate Stables aboard the 8-year-old Dutch-bred mare, My Lady Van de Krekel. 62-18, still the target time. $62.69. That'll go into third place for Ireland's Philip McGuane in the Evergate Stables owned My Lady Van de Krekel. Ashley Vaughn still the leader at 62-18. David O'Brien, El Balu Old in second. Philip McGuane goes into third, less than half a second off of our leading pace there on the fault-free effort with the 8-year-old Dutch-bred mare, My Lady Van de Krekel. Another 3 to challenge at 62-18 is still the time to beat. This is Egypt's Nile Nasser with Dorado de Riverland, the 12-year-old gelding, owned by Evergate Stables. That's the knockdown at number 3. The time 66.84 for Egypt's Nile Nasser with the Dorado de Riverland. U.S. rider Ansgar Holtkers Jr., the first of our 2 remaining for the meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed, showing at Tulum, the 16-year-old stallion owned by Gut Einhaus, LLC. 62.18, the time to catch. Ansgar Holtkers Jr. retires with Tulum. And our final entry will be the second ride for Irishman David Blake. Gucci de Hombrun, owned by the Pine Hollow Farm, a 9-year-old French better gelding by Malito Durev. $64.59 with 4 at fence 9 for David Blake and Gucci, owned by the Pine Hollow Farm. That was our final to show for today's $32,000 3-star meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. Nearly a wire-to-wire win for Ashley Bond, our second rider on course for today's meter 45 speed, taking the top call with Ashley Bond show jumping entry Nightwish on a time of 62.18. Second place honors will go to Ireland to David O'Brien with El Balu Old, owned by the Leap Year Farm. In third, Philip McGuane, another Irishman in our top 3, riding for Evergate Stables with the 8-year-old mare My Lady Van de Krekel. Fourth place honors go to Chloe Reed for Live Oak Plantation with Chelsea 179. Daniel Cairns 5th with the Gotham Enterprises entry Malu Blue PS. In 6th, Andrew Bournes with MCS Leicester, owned by Andrew Bournes Sport Horses. David Blake will take 7th for P Stables with Fayuri. 8th award goes to Chris Pratt and Take the High Roads Ideal ES. 9th for Peter de Brabandere piloting Dothraki Warlord for owner Martin Huggins. Alison Robitaille 10th with Porto Cristo B. 11th for Blythe Caroli and Olivia Venizio's Teoduk TNLZ. And Chloe Reed with another in the ribbons, placing 12th with Super Lady Killer, owned by Live Oak Plantation. Bringing back our winner for today's meter 45 speed, today's $32,000 three-star competition, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed, a South Florida-based real estate advisor with the Nest Seekers International, specializing in luxury property sales, construction advisory, and property management throughout Palm Beach County. With a background in law, she brings strong contract expertise and skilled negotiation to every transaction, giving her clients a clear advantage. Congratulations to Ashley Bond, your winning rider here this afternoon, 62.18, the top time for the rider representing Israel with the Ashley Bond show jumping entry Night Wish, our second on course in a field of 43, holding the lead for pretty much the entire class in today's $32,000 meter 45 speed, sponsored by Stephanie Schwed. Congratulations again to Ashley Bond, the win aboard at Night Wish, and thank you to Stephanie Schwed for her support of the Equestrian Sport Productions annual series, and for being on hand for our presentation here for the $32,000 three-star meter 45 speed this afternoon. That does wrap us up for the day here in the International. 8 o'clock our start time tomorrow with the meter 45 Junior Amateur Classic. 10 o'clock to get underway with the three-star Grand Prix, and then a 1 o'clock start for the National Grand Prix tomorrow.